The morning sun filtered through the blinds, casting golden stripes across the carpet of the Hunter household. Charles Hunter, a meticulous and observant private investigator, sipped his coffee, scrolling through his messages. One text made him pause. It was from his teenage daughter, Lily. "Dad. I think something's wrong. Can you come home?" Charles's instincts immediately kicked in. Lily had always been careful with her words, but something about the urgency made him tense. He finished his coffee, grabbed his coat, and drove the familiar streets toward home, his mind racing. When he arrived, he found Lily sitting on the porch steps, her face pale and her hands trembling. "Dad, it's Mom," she began, barely able to speak. "I saw her, with Mark." Mark was Lily's boyfriend. The same boy she'd trusted, the same one Charles had met and politely questioned months ago. He was a good kid, or so Charles thought. "Saw them, where?" he asked, his voice calm but firm. "In the park," Lily whispered. "It looked like." "I don't know, they were talking, laughing, really close. I followed them because it felt weird, and I don't know, Dad. Something's off." Charles nodded, trying to keep his emotions under control. Betrayal, especially in the family, was a sensitive matter. But he had a job, and he knew how to investigate without jumping to conclusions. "Stay here, Lily. Don't panic. I'll handle it." He began discreetly tracking the pair from a distance, taking notes on their interactions. What he noticed first was subtle, lingering looks, secretive conversations, hurried phone calls. It wasn't enough to assume wrongdoing, but it was enough to raise suspicion. Over the next few days, Charles installed discreet cameras around the park where Lily had seen them and observed Mark's patterns through social media and his known routes. His investigative skills were meticulous, every movement logged, every conversation analyzed. Finally, one afternoon, the evidence painted a different picture. Lily's mother, Janet, had indeed been meeting Mark, but not in the way Lily feared. Janet had been tutoring Mark in preparation for his college applications. The secretive meetings were study sessions, the phone calls were coordinating logistics, and the laughter was simply encouragement. Charles sighed in relief but also felt a surge of pride. He had anticipated deceit but found integrity. He called Lily to explain. "Dad, what does this mean?" she asked, still anxious. "It means your mom has been helping Mark, nothing more. There's no betrayal here, Lily. Just a misunderstanding," Charles explained gently. "Sometimes, our minds exaggerate what we see, especially when we care deeply about someone." Later that evening, Charles gathered his family at the dining table. "I want to make one thing clear," he said, his voice steady. "Trust is built on observation, communication, and patience. Lily, you did the right thing by speaking up, but assumptions without proof can hurt everyone involved." Janet smiled at her daughter, holding her hand. "I know it looked strange, sweetie, but I've only ever wanted to help Mark succeed. And I want you to trust me too." Mark, who had arrived to return some notes, looked nervously at Charles. "Sir. I can explain." Charles shook his head. "No explanations needed. You're a good kid, and I've confirmed your honesty. But always remember, clarity comes from asking questions, not from jumping to conclusions." Lily nodded, a weight lifting from her shoulders. The family hugged, a sense of relief and trust restored. Charles realized that this was one of the hardest investigations, not because of crime, but because of the fragility of trust within one's own family. That night, as Charles sat on the porch reflecting, he wrote in his journal, "The hardest betrayals to prevent are the ones we imagine." Clear communication and observation are stronger than suspicion. Protect trust, and it will protect you. Moral: misunderstandings can seem like betrayals. Always seek clarity, communicate openly, and give the benefit of the doubt before assuming the worst. Trust carefully, but don't let fear destroy relationships.